Hello, my name's Heather, I'm 31, based in the UK, and I am approximately 8 weeks pregnant with my first child after being in a solid, loving relationship for 6 years. Now, for most women, this would be an exciting time of congratulations and celebrations. However, as someone who has been plagued with tokophobia for as long as I can remember, for me, this is nothing but a daunting and terrifying experience that I have no choice but to endure and overcome to bring a child into the world. For those that are not aware, which is most people, tokophobia is a mental health condition that describes a fear of pregnancy and or childbirth and is a very under-researched area of psychology. The first thing I want to emphasise is that having tokophobia does not necessarily mean that the sufferer does not want children. I wanted a child with my partner at some point, however I always saw myself organising a surrogate, but it's a little late for that now.
Oops, my bad.
Pregnancy, childbirth and motherhood are three completely different experiences. Tokophobics tend to have a variety of triggers and causes surrounding pregnancy and childbirth, not motherhood. Some women have previously experienced a birth trauma, some have body dysmorphic disorder, which is basically a fear of body transformation during pregnancy, and some women may have more difficulty identifying their fears. They may just believe that they have a general distaste for the whole pregnancy process and are unable to identify why, or even be aware that their fear comes under the umbrella term of tokophobia. The severity of fear seems to be on a sliding scale from a normal level of anxiety to a crippling phobia that can affect daily life. I would say that my own tokophobia is on the latter end of the scale. I've gone back and forth on whether or not to record these videos and whether to go on camera because I think tokophobia is a tricky and sensitive subject that can portray sufferers in a negative light and open them up to a lot of scrutiny. Despite this, I want to try and be as open and honest as possible about my own fears, shine a light on a greatly misunderstood issue, and hopefully inspire other women to speak out about their own fears and seek help. It's very easy to feel very alone, suffer in silence, and feel abandoned in a state of despair, whilst others experience pure joy. Particularly in a world where pregnancy is seen as a miraculous thing to be happy about, no matter what. To think otherwise is extremely taboo. Nobody responds to the words, "I'm pregnant," with, "Oh my god, are you okay?" Instead, they always say, "Congratulations," and "You must be so thrilled." And it would be very awkward to answer this with complete honesty by saying, "No, I'm terrified and nobody will help me or even acknowledge this." I feel very lucky to have the support network that I have, my family, my partner, his family and friends. I'm fortunate to be surrounded by people who've been well aware of my tokophobia for years. Like my best friend, who did say, "Oh my god, are you okay?" when I told her I was pregnant because she understood that this is literally my worst fear becoming a reality. Anyway, my tokophobia fears are primarily based around the pregnant belly bump. I can't look at or be around other pregnant women or even view images of pregnant bellies because the idea of having something alive inside a stomach, growing and moving around inside makes me feel physically sick. I can think of nothing more unnatural and alien. I have no idea how I might react when my own baby starts to show and cause internal disturbances. I expect that I will start screaming and crying and having a panic attack if and when I first feel the baby kick. I just know it will be very traumatic for me, and I know that it will cause so much panic and distress. As someone who was already diagnosed with anxiety disorder before even becoming pregnant, I worry that becoming a self-referred inpatient in a psychiatric facility might be the best option for me, my partner and our baby. But only time will tell. I haven't been able to identify all my triggers yet, but since becoming pregnant, I am finding out new things daily that freak me out and cause panic. I'm aware that 90% of my pregnancy fears are likely in my mind. For example, I woke up my partner at 4 a.m. about 2 weeks ago panicking because I had strange sensations in my stomach, which could have been anything, let's be honest, indigestion, trapped wind, even hunger pangs. Since I was only 6 weeks pregnant at the time, and it's unlikely the baby was responsible, since it would only be the size of about a kidney bean at that point. Quite a funny story to tell looking back, but it's quite a good example of the severity of my own fears. Throughout my life, I have actively avoided pregnant women, even going as far as destroying friendships after friends have announced their pregnancy or invited me to a baby shower or tried to involve me whatsoever in their own pregnancy journey. I mean, this makes me sound like such a terrible person, but phobias aren't rational and they can make you behave in ways that you would otherwise deem unthinkable. Now that I am pregnant and not considering abortion as an option, there's no running away or avoiding the issue anymore for me. I have no choice but to seek out psychological help wherever I can, make decisions that will make this whole process less traumatic, such as considering a C-section, and try not to completely suck the joy out of the whole thing for the sake of my partner, who is over the moon about the pregnancy, albeit a little stressed and extremely worried about me knowing what I'm going through and what is still yet to come. This is the ultimate facing of one's fears. I'm hoping that these videos will not only serve as a therapeutic way of voicing my own concerns and fears, but will also help my viewers. I will try to upload a video regularly so that people can follow my journey as a British woman who is tokophobic and pregnant during an ongoing global pandemic. Thanks for listening.